again. I'm gonna start another video here. It's almost Christmas time, or it's a couple months away. So if you're making crap for your game, stuff for your game, you're probably gonna want to start working on it now before it's too late and you can't get your update in time. So here we go. Maybe you're just working on a project, whatever. I'm gonna size my stuff. You don't have to do yours. It's up to you. Just for I don't have issues later. If you're using Unity, I don't know what the scaling is on that. I've tried it a few times. I wasn't really happy with Unity, so always went with Unreal. So today we're gonna, like I said, make some animals, or no, what are we making? Christmas stuff, right? And we'll start off by making a reindeer. And I know we've done a deer before, so we'll try to do it a little different anyways, for you're not seeing the same stuff over again. Just going to undo that now that we've added some bevels in there. And of course I just used tab to get to edit mode. And then control B to get the roundness. And I'm just going to try to get around that, but this time we're just going to leave it a bit square. Just a hair square. Let's stretch it out. Stretch it out. And not as much this way. I don't think deer are that thick, but just to get moving along, Shift D again, and we will cheat and use this for his neck. We'll S, scale it down a bunch. We'll put that there, and we'll do something like that. I'm going to Shift D again. I'm going to use one of these for his head and his face, but that way we have it, and because we're going to have to spin this one, it's not all messed up on its axis. So probably going to have to go almost straight up and down, which would be 90 here, I believe. Nope, not at all. Why do I always do this? I can never find the right axis. It's always the last one I draw. Alright, something like that. Not quite 90, so I don't know. It's pretty up and down though, so we'll do, I don't know, 80. Let's do 80. No, that's the wrong way. We'll do 100. There we go. Something like that. Shrink it down a little bit more. It's a little better. Okay, so that could be the deer's face-ish area, but we need a little bit of a shape for his head. So we Shift D to duplicate that one, and we'll change the shape of this a little bit. Oops, I shouldn't have done that one. Let's just go back on that. Something like that, maybe a bit bigger actually. Yeah, something like that. Actually, I like that. That looks pretty good. Maybe this one needs to go a little bit smaller. Smaller. Something like that. Move it up here. There. So now we're starting to get a deery type shape. I think I got a pretty big freaking head on them, guys. I could be mistaken, but I think that's about the right proportions. So maybe if we'll quickly kick out some legs. Let's actually move that down just a hair. How do we want to do some legs now? Let's just use these actually. That'll probably be fine. That's the spirit you want to hear, I'm sure. That'll probably be fine. We always find a way to make it work, or we'll fix it. Don't worry. And remember, if you guys don't know what to do this Christmas and you're bored, check out Fishton. Buy it for your mom, buy it for your brothers. Queen's laughing at me. It's a fun game for everybody. It's our game we got on Steam. I thought I'd mention it. Apparently it's funny I mentioned it, but it seems to be a lot of fun for everybody. So if you want to check it out, check it out. Alright, so I'm just going to stretch this leg a couple different ways. Alright, and let's see how it'll animal leg. I think it goes back a bit, but let's make sure it's where we want it on the animal. Shift D it first before we do anything. Move this guy down. Then I think we want to do the top one, if I'm not mistaken, the opposite way, so it'll be mine. No, you know what? I think that's right. Let's just leave that, and then let's do this one -5. I think it's something like this. There might be a third bone connected in there that I'm missing. Something like that anyways. that guy up a little bit. One forward, one back, one forward. I think there might even be a third one here that I'm missing, but I'm not that sure. Anywho, so go ahead and put a paw on it. If you know the legs better than I do, you go ahead and make them a lot better. That's perfectly fine. I'm probably going to make this guy just a little bit smaller for you can see it's tapering towards the bottom. It's the biggest thing I want to do there. And will we use this shape for his paw? Yeah, maybe. Shift D. And we'll take the 5 degree out of it because we want it to be flat. A lot of the times, it's like an art project. You kind of just got to go with what you're feeling. If you think this is going to work, go for it. If you don't think it's going to work, do it the way you feel. I'm just giving you examples where we can get there together. And I'm sure that you're doing it slightly different. And you're just using these for examples, I hope. And if you're following exactly along and you get exactly what I make, and that's what you want, that's fine too. As long as you're getting what you want in the end, I guess. I don't mind. So maybe we'll just shift D that again, alright? And we'll be super clever here. I don't know how many toes dogs have. I think they have 5. I don't know. Oh, deer, sorry. You know what? I think they got just one big friggin' hoofy shape, actually, and there's only like 2 toes at the front. I'm pretty sure this is right. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's right. You know what? That's a right deer's leg. That's right. So let's let's bool that shape out of there. Difference, okay. Gives us a little hoof shape. I think it looks pretty good. If you want to change yours, that's fine too. Okay. So since that very bottom spot is the only flat spot, we're going to attach the whole thing to that. Control J to that. Alright, we'll Shift D. And we should be able to put this on the other side that way. And I'm just going to check the axes. Yeah, it's the top one. So we'll do a minus here. It'll be exactly on the other side. Make sure that's okay with you. Make sure the sizes are okay with you. Maybe you want to shrink them just a bit more. Maybe just not as tall. I think they're a little long. Maybe something like that. Might have to make them a bit thinner too. I'm not sure. I think this might work. I don't know. I think it works. Kind of looks like a muscle man deer. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's too high there. You know, let's try back a little bit like that. That actually looks a little bit better. You're probably going to have to do the same thing, just kind of mess with them to get the right look that you're after. So I just duplicated it when I was done. Pretty sure the back is exactly the opposite with the legs, so if you want to redo them, you can. You'd put one forward and one back, and then the foot. Maybe just save the foot and redo their shapes. Yeah, let's do that. Let's hit L over the foot, P selection. Okay, and then when we come out of there, we can just delete the rest of the leg, but we know where the foot is going to be. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll push tab, we'll go in, click off everything, we'll push L over the foot, P selection, we'll get out edit mode, and we'll just delete that again. And now we have our 2 paws in place. Now we just need to make one foot match up, and it should be easy enough to make the other one match up. So we will go make another cube, and of course we're out of edit mode when we're doing it. Do one of these. Let's Control B, something like that. Out of edit mode, stretch it out to the size we want. Probably not that big, so let's take it down a little while. Not exactly sure, but let's do something like this. That looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little high compared to the other one. Just kind of match it up a bit. I think their back legs are a bit thicker than their front legs though. Back here, Shift D it when we're ready. Take that down. We're going to have to S it and scale it down a little bit because we don't want that one to be as big. And now if we were the opposite, this one would go... Where did you just turn to? I think like that, right? Maybe we'll do 10. Why is the bottom one turning? I think that's right though. I don't know, but it works, so let's just go with it. And maybe you have to move them just a bit, but that looks pretty fairly good, I think, for the animal. And you're going to want to overlap these just a hair, because if you're putting a skeleton on them in Unreal, it's just going to make things a lot easier, I'd imagine. So I'll grab these two and I'm going to attach them. Shift D. Okay. Since we already have our foot, unless you want to remake or just attach the whole thing and replace it on the other side. So just going to add a minus here. Oh yeah, it only did one part. A minus here apparently. Alright, that's because I didn't attach them. It looks like they're a little far out on the outside, or we can move these paws out. Your choice. I'm going to move the paws out. Even though it's going to give the front and back a different stance, it'll probably give the animal a little more characteristics. So you can see his legs kind of passing out past his front. Right, pretty easy. So this, let's attach his legs if you're happy with the sizes. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. So we're going to attach from the top to the bottom and then Control J. Left click, shift left click, shift left click, Control J. That's how we're going to attach these. Okay, these ones are already attached. We can attach them to the body, but maybe we'll just wait in case we have any issues. Let's overlap the neck a lot, because you're probably going to be putting a skeleton on, I imagine. And probably just stop any issues of the bone popping out or getting all weird on you. Trying to get just the right proportions for this, but it's kind of hard. I think they have pretty thick necks. I'm not really too sure. But just mess around with it till you're happy. I think that's pretty good, and I won't make you guys bear through me messing with it anymore. I'll move this down just a hair. Maybe a bit more, actually. His top of his head look good. I think it looks good. Might be a little too big on the top. I think it's okay. Alright. Now we will... Let's make some eyes. Shift D. Let's pull it out to the side for a second. And we'll shrink it down a lot, because it's going to be a lot smaller. And try to round it out a little bit. We might have to use a different shape, but I think this will do it. Something like that. I don't know how deer's eyes are. I feel like they're pretty big and round. Not sure if this is a good shape or not. Let's make it bigger for it's easier to work on for a minute. Okay, and we're going to go to color it right now, because it's just going to save us trouble later of trying to get inside of the eyeball to color it. And the reason being is we're going to give it two colors. First being white, so we can just go ahead and maybe just change it a little bit so you can tell there's some kind of color on it. Okay? And then you're going to go ahead and give it a second color of like a brown. Something like that, and then darken it down, making it brown. Perfect. Alright, maybe we should have made that our base color, but apparently it colored everything, so maybe we'll do that. We'll make our second color different. Something like that. Okay. And we'll make our second color more white, like it originally was. Sorry about that. It's going to work better for us as we do what we're about to do. So we're just going to give them some not eyebrows, eyelids. That would be it. And we're just going to use Control to follow the circle around. Make sure you stay on the same path. When you got it, start working your way back. Make sure you get them all. Okay. And it'll get easier the smaller they get. And just do the entire top. Okay, and the reason that we're going to do the back side too is in case any edges are peeking through or anything, then they're not going to give us troubles later with trying to color them. It's a little early to do coloring, but it might help us as well. Okay, once you're sure you got all of them, let's do a third color actually. New. I'll do these the second color. Assign it. Yeah, that might not be the right color for that. Let's adjust that a little bit. Just giving his eyebrows or eyelids just a slightly different color. Probably do the rest of it white. Sorry about the delay there. And I probably should have started with that. It would have made more sense, but I didn't. So here we go. We're grabbing the rest of it. Oh, darn it. Oopsies, accidentally let go of it a little bit there. I'd probably just grab them like this for the rest of them. Just got to be careful around the edges basically. Okay, and that's with shift on. And then we'll make this white. Assign. Okay. And then our next color we're going to make black plus, oops, not plus, new. There we go. And just the one in there, and we'll do assign. Okay. Perfect. Alright, it's a little big, but obviously we're going to shrink it down. And it's just going to give it hopefully a 3D kind of look when you're looking at it, so you can tell that it's like more than just the edges colored on it. Pop it into the side of his head, and then we're probably going to have to find the right angle. So we'll go to here. We'll see if it's this one. That is not it. Alright, so it's minus 15 probably. About that. Shift D it. And then just do 15 instead of minus 15. And then we got to send it to the other side, which is hopefully get rid of the minus here. Nope. So add the minus back. And probably be the top one, I assume. And we'll just add the minus to it. And we gotta flip it around now. So we just gotta do a 180. Oops. Somewhere or another. Not that one. And we might have to do it here. That be right? And then minus 15, which would be 165. Nope. Plus 15. Which would be 195. There we go. You get the idea. Okay. Got his eyes in place. They look pretty good, I'd say. Hopefully you agree. If you want to, you could use this piece again for his nose. We'll shift D it. Shrink it down. If you want a big Rudolph nose, maybe leave it that big. Depends what you're going for. We're talking about Christmas stuff and reindeer. That last one I put it off center. Probably want a big old reindeer nose like that sucker, but it's up to you. We won't attach it yet because we still got a bit more work to do. Shift D this piece, pull it out, flatten it right out, something like that. Make it wider. Okay, something like that. And let's see, let's move it down maybe. Something like that. Okay. Gonna bool that shape out like that. And then we're gonna go to edit mode, and the mouth that we just cut out is gonna be lit up. So we're gonna go down to color again, and gonna do plus new, make it red, because that's inside of his mouth. So there you go. If you want to make his nose red now, you can, or we can wait to do that, or black, depending which reindeer you're making, and that's how you can make a difference on which reindeer you're clicking if you like. I'm gonna shift D this. Ooh, no. Did we attach his eyes? No. Okay, yeah, we can use that. Should be fine. S, shrink it right down. You know what? Let's start it with a different shape. Let's delete that. Let's make our own. Shift D. No, Shift A. Let's go back and undo that last one. Shift A. Okay. Let's move it up. Something like this. I might have moved it off its axis, but it should be alright. Shrink her down. Make it taller. Something like that. I'm going to edit mode, grab the edges. And get ready for the children to puke their pants with laughter as they see this wonderful deer you're bringing them into your awesome game. Start to get his horn shape. And do the top a little smaller, obviously. Let it taper off as it goes up. Get the idea? Okay. And move it into place. Let's put it up here maybe. And we're just going to design one deer horn, antler, and we'll go from there. We'll just copy it to the other side. So let's just Shift D. Okay. S, shrink it down, move it up. Let's go to this. Let's see where this takes us. It's just taking us here, so we could probably do one of those if we want. Let's angle it a bit more. So I think it'd be this one. So we'll do what, 65? There you go. I'm just going to do random things like that until I get the look I'm looking for. If you want to, you can grab just the tip of that and shrink it down a little more if you want it to be more pointy. Get the idea though. Shift D, copy that and drag it up. Let me a top one too. And you're going to have to just kind of move them around until they look right. It looks a little fake like that. And we Shift D, shrink that, and oops, move it out here, but then we'll turn it a different way. Let's say 90 here. Let's see what that does for us. Okay, and that's what you want is, oh, well, maybe not that one. Yeah, that works. Stuff like that, it'll just kind of help it make look more real, I guess. Okay, Shift D that maybe. Something like this, shrink it down so it looks like it's coming out the top. Shrink it down a little more maybe. And then, oh, maybe a little bigger for it matches just a little better. Grab this tip. Shrink it down. Then you can G to grab it. Just kind of drag it one way or another if you want. I have to move this after to kind of make it match up a little better, but you get the idea. Just clean it up as best as you can after. And you should have a pretty decent looking horn in there. Oh, I dragged it off to the one side. In the end. Shift D that maybe. Let's turn that on a 90. No, let's not do that. That's probably not what I want either. And hopefully yours looks a little better than mine. I'm not going to take all the time in the world to move them around and get them to look exactly how I want. Obviously I'd take a little more time than this if I was going to use it in a game or something, but just giving you an example of what you should be doing here. I'll do one more here. Shift D. Drag it out. Shrink it down. Then take the 90 out. Should be able to place it in here somewhere. You get the idea. Okay. When we're done, just grab them all. Oh, that one looks bad. Anyways, grab them all. Make sure they are where you want them to be, of course. Okay. When they are all where you want them to be, grab them all. Grab the deer horn last. Control J. Okay. And then we could probably get away with, oh, can we? Shift D-ing it? Can we do that? I guess not. Yeah, you might have to do them each one. But it'd be easy enough. You just have to go like L, go to your swinger here, and just swing it around. Oh no, that's gonna wreck the whole thing. How did I do this last time? We've done horns before, they worked out a lot better. I'm just trying to think. If I do 180 there, it won't be right though. Let's just see what we get. And I need to go for dinner in a minute, so we may have to come back and solve this little mystery next time. We may not have to redo them, but I think we'll find a way to do it. But my dinner is just about ready. No, that's definitely not what we want. Again, that's not what we want. Yeah, that's what we want actually. That looks good. Oh, no it doesn't. Yeah, okay. So we'll redo the horns next time, and we'll do them symmetrical, for we can do them on the same side, or the same on both sides. But for now, we'll just end with no horns, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll get back in a couple days, and we'll keep going. We'll make an entire Santa sleigh, an entire, was there 12 reindeers? And we'll try to make a sleigh, and then hopefully you can use it for your game for something, and it'll be really good. And thank you for watching, and we'll get back next time. Make sure you subscribe, like, thumbs up, and check out my game, the link below.